All right, I am starting the tournament with my die deck, and I should hit my opponent right here in the queue. I'm just making sure that, yep, so I have to select my tournament deck. And then, all right, so good for us. Mardis is my first round opponent here. I will just message him. All right, so we are off to the races here now. The Penguin can only be summoned when he has a pre-selected enemy to target, which means I'm looking at the Chariot Rider or the Scholar. I think I'm going to do Archimimus and the Chariot Rider because the Chariot Rider unfreezes when I gain a star that round, and the Archimimus here says when this lands an attack, he gains a star. So deal 3 damage. Wow. So I almost said here that the order in which I play my cards matters because of a Sail by Shooting. Sail by Shooting is a pretty strong card. 1 frame, deal 3 damage to a random enemy character. If only my Outlaw Chariot Rider had been in play, that Sail by Shooting would have taken away all free health of my Chariot Rider. So my opponent is probably aware that I'm going to attack because the Archimimus says when another friendly character lands an attack, this swift attacks the same target. Ooh. So if the Queen Pin dodges, then my attack will not land, and then Archimimus won't attack. So here's what I'm going to do. My opponent is actually probably going to kill the Archimimus with a trope right away, but just in case, let's dodge with this, then attack with this, and summon one of these. Actually, I just realized. So when another friendly character lands an attack, which means I'm going to Penguin this. So since I have the spotlight, my first frame will trigger first. So there is no way for my opponent to stop this except dodging with the Queen Pin. So then I'm going to actually attack, because if the Penguin consumes the dodge, then the Outlaw Chariot Rider will land. Looks like the Queen Pin doesn't dodge at all. All right, what's happening here? Deal 2 damage to a character and give it lethal. So the lethal didn't make a difference here. Oh, they tried to do another Sail by Shooting. Let's hope it hits the Penguin. It does. That's good for me. Because if my Chariot Rider had been hit by that, the Chariot Rider would get to attack. But this way, the Queen Pin is out, just like my lead was killed. Okay, the Vaxnut could be a problem. Well, at least... So the Outlaw Chariot Rider unfreezes if I gained star while the Chariot Rider was on set. So luckily, the Chariot Rider does know that the lead gained a star even though the lead was killed. So I'm expecting the Vaxnut to attack into this. However, he has pumped up this alien formant with 2 tropes. So I'm thinking save my Chariot Rider, and then I could either attack with the Chariot Rider and play one of my 1-frame things, or I could bring in a lead. I think I'm just going to attack and then bring in a 1-frame. Yeah, let's do the Doomed Ridden Scholar. I am setting up, I think, a Queen Pin board. Oh man, I got Maximus. So this is something I'm very bad about, but everybody who plays the game should be aware, is that the Maximus lead, when he enters, he swift attacks an enemy. So you always have to watch if the opponent's backstage has a Maximus available. All right, so how do I play this? I don't know. So the Maximus is a real problem because when my enemy lead is killed, Maximus gains 4 stars. So I simultaneously... Yeah, look at this mercy kill. It's any pre-selected damage character. Unfortunately, it's not going to work like this. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. So what I do is I summon the Queen Pin. Well, just in case they try to sail by shooting me, I'm going to Pingoon and then do the Queen Pin and then Mercy Kill. And what this is going to do is I have pre-selected Maximus as my target, but if he is somehow not damaged by the time Mercy Kill resolves, then Maximus will not die. There are a couple of heal cards in the game, so they do Rain of Ads, which is why I put in the Pingoon first, not specifically around Rain of Ads, but in case there was some kind of target, some kind of damage spell that could have hurt my Queen Pin. Obviously, in this case, I could have put the Queen Pin in there and then had the Debt-Ridden Scholar die, gotten a star, but overall, I think the health in the Queen Pin is worth it. However, this Alien Informant is really getting big, and I used my Mercy Kill on Maximus, who can come back. All leads can be summoned multiple times. So, is Alien Informant? No, he's a drama. So the Defective Fog Machine here pumps up horror characters, which makes the Vaxinut much harder to kill. I think I have to dodge at some point in this scene. I'm pretty sure my opponent is going to try to attack my Queen Pin with one or more of his characters. So let's not do it first. Let's add the punk. No, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to send in the augur and then dodge. So the reason I'm doing this is because if my opponent attacks in the first 2 frames or in the 3rd and 4th frame, the dodge will cover both. And that way I have my bases covered a little bit. Unfortunately, it looks like they attack in the last frame. So they did get around me. Sorry, I was just looking at the tournament chat in the Discord. Yeah. So join us in the Discord. I mean, we organized this whole tournament through the Discord, and we have a nice community manager there. All the devs are active as mods. It's a lot of fun to just discuss the game with other people who are engaged. So the thing with spikes here is that if my opponent attacks this, my Vintage Punk will deal 4 damage back. So I'm not really trying to attack with the Punk. He could die to any number of small damage tropes. I mean, that's his drawback here, but let's try to bring in a lead and then... See, just 1 damage doesn't seem good enough, but... Okay, let's hope the Vintage Punk survives, and then I can do 4 and 2 to the Queen Pin. However... Oh, I have to discard a card. Okay, so I have 2 Bog Monsters. They're also kind of expensive, and they're only 2/2s. They work best when I'm ahead in the game. Look at that. They hit my stop-motion skeleton, who I almost decided to attack with. So, good for me, I think. And the Bog Monsters are great when I'm ahead, and I can really control the shape of my opponent's health. Because they only have, let's show it for everybody, they only have 2 attack, and they need to kill the enemy to gain stars. So, yeah, I'm fine. I had 2 Bog Monsters. I'm fine to discard 1. Alright, so how do I go here? If my opponent... my opponent has paid attention to my attack pattern. Oh, so the Merciless Quester is horror, so he becomes 2/2 with the Fog Machine. That's really good. I was thinking it was a nice positive for me for them to have only developed a 1/1. Well, I discarded that bog monster that I didn't care much about. What this does, on the other hand, is it allows me to land these 2 attacks on the Quester if the Augur survives. However, I'm pretty sure that my opponent is going to attack my lead here. So let's dodge and then do the attack. I'm too scared to perform. If my opponent, well, they killed their own Quester from the spikes, so I won't get that attack at all. But if I perform and they attack me, like right there, when I had considered performing, they would have taken the stars. So, and that was too risky. Turns out I did nothing this scene, which is very unfortunate, and I don't know how I'm going to deal with this scaling 5/5 and the 2/4. I just don't have the tropes to take out things except for Mercy Kill, which I used on the Maximus. So, speaking of Maximus, their Maximus is ready to be summoned. That's probably why they didn't summon a lead last scene. So Maximus comes in on the 2nd frame and Queenpin comes in on the 2nd frame. I think I have to Queenpin. I mean, I could dodge, but the Doomed Augur's purpose is to die. So let's bring in the Queenpin. I'm going to assume Maximus takes out my Doomed Augur guy, so I'm either playing a Chariot Rider or a Bog Monster. I think I'm just going to get the Bog Monster in. I mean, the difference in stats could be a big deal here, but the difference in summoning cost is also a problem. That might have made me prefer the Outlaw Chariot Rider, to be clear. So they have their own Doomed Augur. Bog Monster is an action card. Augur's a horror, and Queenpin's a horror. So Firebrand Lassie only affects the Bog Monster. However, no, see, the problem is I can't, in the first act, where we only have 5 frames, I can't play Firebrand Lassie and attack with the Bog Monster. So, wait, what? Doomed Augur is... Oh, right, I keep thinking Doomed Augur is a drama character, but he's a horror character, so he has the 1/1. Oh, man, I just don't know. Bog Monster is just pointless this turn, unless he attacks the Doomed Augur. Which might mean that they attack the Bog Monster, but I feel like this lethal is going to attack my Queenpin. And just double dodging feels terrible, because I'm not actually developing anything. Alright, I think I have to let the Bog Monster die, dodge with this, and then attack here. Yep, so I'm going to try to slowly take out the Vaxinut with 2 damage now and 2 damage later. Oh my goodness, if that attack is on my Queenpin, it's going to counter me because my opponent had the Spotlight. Oh, that's so rough. Wow, I got another Doomed Augur, but neither of us have completed an arc, so we're not even in Act 2. I feel like my opponent definitely takes this trade. Okay, so the Alien Informant is a drama character. What I think is that they definitely take the Augur trade. They feel like their Queenpin is done. And so they bring in this scene or next scene Maximus, which means that I want Rexshaw out on the board. And then Chariot Rider should be pretty good partner with Rexshaw. because Rexhaw says when any friendly character lands an attack, he gains a star. So the Chariot Rider should be able to attack each turn. Summon a 1-cost character from extra. So they took a debt-ridden Scholar. Oh, man. Okay, so I have power at a price. Oh, jeez. So power at a price for me is essentially just a 2-damage trope. I don't know who to use it on. Graham, the Falling Broccoli is a horror character. Jeez. So I'll be honest, I really like this deck archetype where you have a lot of horror characters, no matter how small they are, and one or more fog machines. And it is just smoking me here. So what is the owl? Talent Resurrector is a drama character. We're still in Act 1, so I am really struggling to play these 4-cost cards here. Yeah, what I think I have to do is kill the lethal guy, but I'm going to assume that one of these two attacks my Rexhaw. So the Rexhaw dodges, and then he attacks the lethal character, and then I throw in... Well, I tried to put in a Doomed Augur just because I had the frame 2, but I ran out of time. The attack lands after my dodge, so that's going to be rough. Oh, they hit the 3/3. Okay. And then here I should get a counter hit, but it doesn't really change anything. This scene. The 2/4 still dies. Okay. We made it to Act 2. I mean, at least I counter hit here, but losing my 3/3 feels rough, and then my Rexhaw can't even dodge next scene. And this 5/5 is still alive. It just overall, I'm in a rough place right now, and you know what? I can almost guarantee that my opponent is going to try to take advantage of the fact that I can't dodge and summon Maximus. So Maximus does cost 4 frames. I mean, I guess that's his drawback for him having a nice swift attack entry and being able to gain 4 stars at once, is that he costs 4 frames. But since we're in Act 2, there are 6 frames, which means my opponent could do a 2-frame attack. So let's... I would say they attack with the Debt-Ridden Scholar. And then summon the Maximus. So here's what I can. I cannot let them hit my Rexhaw with the Maximus. So let's do Archimimus and then Colosseum Coach and then Doomed Augur. I'd rather play this than the trope. I'm saving the trope to try to kill Maximus. Oh, I forgot about the auto attack. So the Broccoli automatically swift attacks the left flank, and now the Maximus didn't get to pre-select anybody. So thank goodness I put in my lead first. And then what I'm going to do here... Oh my gosh, I got sailed by shooting. I think hit the lead, honestly. Oh, my 5/5. So my opponent has the Spotlight, which means that any attack that they queue will beat out my attack. So whether they send the 6/6 into the 5/2 or the 2/4, it will land. So I think the only way to stop that is by hitting it with a trope. So I have to do this. I have to hit it with a trope and then send this in here because he won't kill Maximus, but the Archimimus should, when another friendly character lands an attack, this swift attack, so it should follow up and kill the Maximus. And now I have 3 frames left to do... I don't even know. Last Stand Courage is just not worth it. It's more for Rexhaw. So I guess I Bog Monster? That seems unfortunate, but I can't really dodge. Oh, I forgot. Oh, man. I forgot about the auto swift attack of the Broccoli. Every scene, he will hit the left flank. And I got counterattacked. Oh, man. If I had just done the attack first, the counterattack would have come too late. Okay, Lightning's a good card, but... Yeah, I mean, look at this. I have a 1-1 and a 2-2 against this. Oh, great. All right, I can Mercy kill the big Alley Informant. I guess that's what I do. I guess I Mercy kill, and then I Raptor Boys. Try to have some semblance of a board, and then try to bring in Rexhaw next turn. Okay, Broccoli, I mean, I didn't think about it, but it didn't affect really my plays here. They want to power to price my Bog Monster? Okay. Like I said, power to price is basically just 2 damage. Bouncer is going to be a problem if this counts. When an enemy character enters the set, this attacks it. So it counts, but then it should freeze. And part of the problem is that I have to... target this first. And we know that the Broccoli is going to hit my 2-1, so... Pre-selected character on the right flank stays there, then the enemy on the left flank gains stars. A bounty, then unfreeze all friendly characters. Okay. I mean, part of this combo is that the dinos are action characters, so Firebrand Lassie will give them +3 attack. But I just don't see how I'm getting out of this. Broccoli hits this 2-1. So I guess my options here are the Mime and then this to kill the... Oh, I get to choose any character, which always goes on the right flank. I don't think the right flank matters. The Ben Bones' edits in my deck is mostly for an unfreeze. So he double performs to really try to finish out the Maximus this scene or next scene. Well, obviously not this scene. So I get to kill the Backstreet Bouncer. Gain 1 star, but I just don't have the progress on most of my leads to keep up. I mean, I have that bounty available, but... Okay. I have to dodge because I know that the Broccoli is going to attack this guy in the first frame. And then I should... I mean, I should take this out for the star, but... instead I'm going to do this, and then I might as well do that. Because if I don't, I'm going to lose. If I don't take Maximus out, I'm going to lose. So my opponent probably can counter this. They freeze probably the lead, which means the lead won't get to Swift or Real Attack. And then because they saved their Maximus from dying... Oh, that's just one performance? Alright, they're still 1 star away from winning, but I am a ton of stars away from winning, so... yeah, Power to Price only deals 2. I guess I play this. Select a player. Like that. Okie dokie. And then this, and I guess that, just in case. Yeah, so this performance, once it finishes, will end the game. Didn't even... I mean, it killed the Doomed Augur, who gives him a star. That was just insanely bad for me. The point of Last Stand Courage is when I have bigger things to make my opponent attack me, or when I have a big board, a wide board, with something like Firebrand Lassie, use it, and then I don't care if my things die anyway for Queen Pin, or they land attacks, which is good for Erection. Let's make sure that Mardis is ready to go again. All right. Looks like we already found a cue. All right. Good. Same decks. Obviously, it's tournament rules, best of 3 games. So I am down 0-1 right now. I have the Spotlight. Left-handed Lieutenant could be good. We know that my opponent has a couple of different damage tropes, like the 1 damage Rain of Ads to everybody, the Sail by Shooting, and they have Lightning, and they have Power to Price. So my opponent is just full of damage-based tropes, partly to pump up that Ally Informant. So the problem with playing Left-handed Lieutenant is that he could die to something like a Sail by Shooting, but I think I should take the chance here that he doesn't. What does this guy do? If an enemy lead enters this scene, the Swift attacks it. Oh, that's so good! So my lead did enter this scene, and he got hit. And now I've actually lost the Spotlight. So if this 3-2 guy wants to hit my Wreck Shot, it's going to die. So let's assume that that's going to happen. I will Power to Price this, and then attack like this. And then I'm actually going to double the attack in case this gets removed or dodged or something. I really want to kill that Queen Pin. I want to land attacks. And the Left-handed Lieutenant says when this lands an attack. So if his attack gets dodged, then his neighbor will not follow up, which is why I double queued the attack there. And I just feel like my Vintage Punks are too vulnerable right now until I see my opponent play some damage tropes. Otherwise, I just have to assume that of the 5 cards in their hand right now, of the 5 cards in their hand, they have something that can hurt the Vintage Punk, and then I've just spent 2 frames on nothing. Alright, so we have a Bouncer, and since my Wreck Shot, the attack that I queued with him didn't take place, he's not frozen. Whereas the Left-handed Lieutenant is frozen, and then, for clarity, if the Left-handed Lieutenant's neighbor is frozen, the Swift attack cannot happen. So the problem with summoning characters right now is that the Backstreet Bouncer will trade with them. However, I just have a bunch of characters in my hand, except for Ben Bones' edits. I mean, I could toss in Ben Bones' edits for the star reasons. Let's do it. Let's say... Well, actually, no. I should attack, and then Ben's edit this later. Attack, summon a punk, and then edit this. So that way, since Ben Bones' edits is at the end of the scene here, some other character should be in play. Oh my, I got Maximus. Oh, that's so unfortunate. And I should have known, is the other thing. I should absolutely have known that Maximus was a threat this turn. I could have, since I'm just summoning a punk and playing Ben Bones' edits, I could have just summoned a lead. I could have just summoned a lead, and then the swift attack of Maximus wouldn't have targeted anything. Alright, my opponent has the spotlight, so if I attack Maximus and he attacks back, he will counter hit. So that's not great. What probably happens, though, is that my opponent plays a trope. So what I'm expecting is that my opponent plays some kind of trope to take out one of these characters. So I'm going to Queen Pin and then attack with this. And that way, if the punk is taken out, the Queen Pin will get the left-handed lieutenant bonus. However, if Maximus attacks the 2-3, he's dead for this anyway. So, yeah, if I had just done the 2-3 in the first two frames, I would have gotten the counter hit, I think. Well, at least I made the most of that death, but the 1-3 here, I just can't deal with. Alright, so the Raptor Boys are at least triple 2-2s. I think that's what I have to play. They all buddy up together, so its baby neighbor Raptors simultaneously attack the corresponding neighbor of the target. So they don't even all attack the same target. And then they'll all get cooldowns, and I lost my lead. Not that I lost the Queen Pin, I don't care about that. The Maximus got to complete his narrative arc. So Maximus is definitely getting taken out, right? Mime and Rexshaw both are 3-frame guys. So I guess I mime, and then I attack here and send in the Debt-Ridden Scholar just because I have the resources to. And what should happen is that the mime will follow this 2-2 and take out the Vaccinet. But yeah, I'm in trouble with this 2 stars from the Conniving Carnivore and the Queen Pin in play, benefiting from my opponent's Vaccinet dying. And they play a Brawling Broccoli. So at least I queued up the attack with this. And then, so that was why I don't know if that's right. It says it's Baby Raptor neighbor. So I wouldn't consider this one on the far right a neighbor to this, but it really worked out in my favor. Oh my goodness. Does the Archimimus get to follow all 3? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's amazing. So I've never yet had that interaction, but when another friendly character lands an attack, and then this guy queued up all of his baby raptor brothers. So since I hit with my far left one on his Vaxnut, then my other two guys went down the line, and then the Archimimics followed each. So that is really awesome, except that this is a 6-1. So he survived due to the fog machine. I mean, he's now at 6-1. All right. This automatically switched attacks the left flank for each scene. Mardis actually just sent me, wow, nice combo. All right. Because we know the broccoli is going to attack over here, I'm going to send the penguin in, and that only works because I have the spotlight, so my first frame will resolve before their first frame. And then I have to do something. So I'm going to try to take this out, but I'm going to dodge here and then attack into the queen pin. I know I want to take the raptor out, but the lead is more of a priority. So I'll deal 2 damage to this, which leaves it alive. Not the best, but wait, what? Oh, the mime follows on attacks, so I do actually get to kill the Gremby. That was very, very fortunate for me. I mean, my opponent got a star from the Gremby dying, which I didn't love. And now they play the Alien Informant and a Probe. Unfortunately for me, I have frozen my Mime lead, so he won't get his Raptor Boys combo, but I think I almost definitely need to... it says when this attacks, so I almost definitely need to do this. And then, assuming that my opponent knows I'm going to do that, I will queue up this attack and try to finish him off. And then... well... alright, I'm instead going to do it like this, hoping to kill some characters. They play a Rain of Ads to take out both of my 1 health things. Okay. But I believe it's going to occur simultaneously with the Alien Informant, so he should go up to 4-4. Oh, or maybe... he already went to 3-3. So he targets a character, which was my Mime, so I dodged that. And then the reason I did it this way was so that when the Carnivore dies, Queen Pin benefits. And then the Alien Informant attacks somebody. Who does he attack? A Raptor Boy? Yeah. So I got a couple stars from all of that death. My opponent could play a Maximus. However, a lead's narrative gaining effect stops once they've finished their narrative. So the Maximus would basically just be a very expensive full-frame swift attack, plus a 3/5 on board. I mean, it's not the worst thing for them to do, but it also freezes their backstage. So we know that they need to finish their Queen Pin to win. And I am pretty split here. 3 out of 7 on the Dino and 3 out of 9 on the Queen Pin. So I guess my opponent in no world expected me to play the Queen Pin. Agent with no name deals 2 damage to a pre-selected character. I feel like if I attack here, that's very predictable. So let's do this. And if they play a trope before the Agent with no name gets in, that's just unfortunate. I will summon a Bog Monster as well to, I guess, kill this if he survives this scene. Alright, he does not. And my opponent is going to resurrect probably my Doomed Scholar, or Debt-Ridden Scholar. Oh, the problem is that we both have a Queen Pin. I see. So they know that as long as I'm killing characters, their Queen Pin will benefit as well. Is this the turn to Firebrand Lassie? Bog Monster doesn't have any type, neither does Agent with no name. So Firebrand Lassie would give an action character plus 3 attack. The problem is that to kill the queen pin, I would need somebody who already has 3 attack, and I don't. So my other option is Mercy Kill. I guess that's where we're headed. Skeleton, Mercy Kill, Fog Monster, and I'm assuming that the Debt-Ridden Scholar is going to attack someone and die. Attacks the 2/1. That's only okay because of the board, but it gives their queen pin 2 stars, and it looks like the owl is going to attack before the mercy kill happens. So I think in every world he attacks someone who will die, probably the skeleton. So my opponent will get that star from the death and win. So I went 2-0 in this first round, and we're doing a round robin style this time. So I will go play. Did I say 2-1? I went 2-0. I will next play someone else who finished a match at 2-0. Looks like it's been 40 minutes already, so I will just do each opponent as one video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Did you know every viewer has a superpower? That's right. Your superpower is to magnify any video just by clicking thumbs up. It's free to do, and when you do, it tells YouTube that this video was helpful and enjoyable. The YouTube algorithm chooses to amplify videos with likes to a wider audience, so it is the simplest way to help my channel. The algorithm also judges engagement via comments, so if you are willing, leave a comment. Include the special phrase I gave earlier, or call me out for not having one. It really does help me out, so please just take a moment to exercise your superpower. Thanks, and if you're looking for more by me, check out to the left the video of mine that YouTube thinks is best suited for you to watch next. Or check out my entire screenplay video log to the right. Stay safe, stay informed, and stay resilient.